In this video, we'll go over how to sync audiences to downstream destinations. To review, audiences has 4 major types of objects: cohorts, computations, predictions, and recommendations. We've already talked about cohorts and computations. Predictions and recommendations are powerful tools you can leverage for personalization. We'll cover that briefly at the end, but because the focus of our course is audience management, let's skip for now to the third part of our workflow, syncing. Exporting cohorts to various downstream destinations allows you to truly act on your behavioral insights. All of Amplitude's current integrations can be found at amplitude.com/integrations. You can search or filter for an integration or browse by category. I can see all of the destinations to which I can send Amplitude cohorts if I filter by cohorts. Before you can start syncing cohorts, you'll first need to check that your destination of choice is connected. To do this, you'll have to navigate to the Data Connections area of the product. If you don't see your destination of choice, you'll need to set it up first. Keep in mind that this might be managed by another team at your organization. A new data destination can be added from the Connections catalog in Amplitude Data. More information on how to set up specific integrations can be found in our Help Center. Amplitude Audiences offers 2 types of syncs to third-party destinations. On-demand syncs, also known as one-time or ad hoc syncs, are great for one-off syncing to a destination or for testing an audience. Automated syncs, also known as recurring or scheduled syncs, are great for ongoing campaigns. These types of syncs can be set to occur at a certain cadence, daily, hourly, or real-time. You can view and manage all of the existing syncs for your project by clicking on Syncs. This will show you a table with relevant information for each sync. The important columns to note here are the destination, which is where you're exporting the data, cadence, which tells you whether the sync happened just once or whether it was set to recur at a set cadence, and when the date of the last sync was. If you hover over a specific sync here, you can access historical details about it. You can see runtimes, how the number of users in the sync changed, and the total number of users synced. In the Errors tab, you can also discover potential issues that may have occurred during the sync. If you click on the name of the object, you'll be taken to the details page for that object. So if I click on this cohort sync name, I can see the cohort definition and how the number of unique users in the cohort has changed over time. I can also see and edit all of the syncs associated with this cohort, or compare it to another cohort. This should look familiar because it's exactly the same thing you'd see if you built a cohort using the Amplitude Analytics UI. Let's go back to the scenario we set up in the last lesson. I have my cohort of users who had an average cart value of $75 or more over the last 90 days. Now I want to export all of those users in that cohort to a marketing automation platform, let's say Braze, and send them all an email with a one-time promo code. For this example, I'll assume that Braze has already been set up as a data destination for cohort syncing. I'll create a new sync in Amplitude Audiences. I'm syncing a cohort, so I'll click Cohort as the sync type. Then I'll choose my destination and the cadence of my sync. This is not a recurring promotion. I don't want these users to get an email from me on an ongoing cadence, so I'll choose one-time sync. If I ever want to run this sync again, I can just find the sync and then click Sync Now. You can also set up syncing from your cohorts. Just navigate to your cohort of interest and click Sync. This will put you in the same setup flow as creating a sync in the Amplitude Audiences UI. Now, while this example was about syncing cohorts to a third-party destination, you can also sync computations, predictions, and recommendations. Often, people sync or deploy these objects directly to Amplitude's User Profile API. The User Profile API serves Amplitude user profiles, which includes information about user properties, including computations, a list of cohort IDs of the cohorts that the user is in, and other information. You can check your User Profile API calls and their statuses by navigating to the API page of Amplitude Audiences. To learn more about how to use Amplitude's APIs, visit our developer documentation.